Hey guys, it's me Karthik Kantwal from Apex FinServe, and we're back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session. But before we start on what's new for tomorrow, out of the trades that we had discussed yesterday, we had two triggers, and one of them hit the target and one hit the stop loss. So it was more or less a NPNL kind of day for the watch list. But overall, we had a good green trading session because of the indices, particularly Bank Nifty, which gave a very good bounce from the demand zone that we had plotted yesterday. So check out the charts that we uploaded today morning for that, and check the charts of the EOD session as well for today's trading session. You will get a very good idea of what I'm talking about. For the charts, you can go check out our Telegram channel at the rate Apex FinServe, the link of which is always there in the description below. Now, without wasting much time, let us start on the charts that we have for tomorrow's trading session. First, the equity as usual. Now, there is a change in equity which I'll tell you guys as we move on. But starting with the first script that we have as usual, SR transfer. Now SRT has it has broken a swing high. So we assume that of course there are two things: it has broken a swing high and it has broken a previous supply zone as well. So we expect to take long positions at a pullback simply because we want to be in the direction of the trend on a larger time frame. So we'll be taking a long position at 683, stop loss going at 674, and the ideal targets as usual 1% from your point of entry. Coming on to the next script that we have, Apollo Hospitals. Now Apollo Hospitals, a massive up move today. There was no stopping it. So what we are going to do now, what we had yesterday actually was we are going to take a short position in there, but that did not work out our way. So we're going to take a long position in the direction of the structure formation. So we'll be entering a long at the pullback about 1580, stop loss going at 1565, and the ideal targets being 1% from your point of entry. Very simple structure really. It has strong high low formation. So just wait for a pullback, enter in the same direction, take your 1% and move out of position. Moving on to the next chart that we have, Just Dial. Now Just Dial, we are not going to go aggressive here. We are going to wait for a good breakout. We are going to wait for the break of the swing high, nearest swing high, which is at 375. So we'll be taking a long position only above 375, stop loss going at 370, and the ideal target is being 1% from your point of entry. Now this particular trade is a buy above 375, so it is above a level. So again, as I say every time, here we do prefer to use the SLM order type simply for seamless execution rather than using your standard bracket order affair. Coming on to the next chart that we have, PEL. It has a very good demand zone at 1420. So we are expecting that to be sustained again despite the lower high structure formation. So we'll wait until a lower low is formed and then trade the pullback from this point on, which is going to be the lower high presumably. So we'll be entering a long position at 1420, the stop loss at 1400, and the ideal targets at 1% from your point of entry. Moving on to the next chart, IndusInd. Now IndusInd, we'll be entering long positions. Simply because today's movement was severely bullish. There was no stopping it. It was sustained bullish pressure. So we are assuming that it is going to take out the swing low after a pullback. So we want to enter a long position at that very pullback. So we'll be entering a long position at 520, stop loss going at 513, and the ideal targets at 1%. Now, as always, IndusInd would be the last equity chart that we discuss. But we have added another list. We have added another script in our list, in the equity list. Now that is MFSL or Max Financial Services. Not all of you might have traded that. It's not really a famous script, but it's a pretty nice script. It respects technicals and it is pretty volatile as well. So it gives us 1% more or less consistently. So what we are going to do here is we are going to be, again, just like Just Dial, we are going to be waiting for a breakout. So we'll be entering once it breaks the previous resistance level of 570. So we'll be entering a long position only above 570, stop loss going at 563, and the ideal targets are 1% from your point of entry. Now this is a new script, so if you do trade the watch list, then you can either track this for a couple of days and keep on trading those 5 other scripts, or you can divide the contract size evenly and then enter all 6 trades. It depends on your risk capacity and your personal trading preference. Now, so we'll be discussing 6 equity trades from now on, considering MFSL is added too. Now moving on to the indices that we have, the first one being Nifty. Nifty and Bank Nifty, I would like to say particularly, they are heading more or less exactly opposite directions. They are not complementing each other since a couple of days. The reason, I don't know the exact reason, but the same is visible in the option chain as well. But before we go there, coming to the chart, if I am to look at the candle structure of today's, then it is very much evident that Nifty is not stopping. Now, if you remember me, I told you guys that this zone is going to be important. Whether the price is sustaining this zone or breaking above it or under it, I'll take trades accordingly. So today it did sustain that zone. It gave a small pullback at that very zone and then went on to zoom upwards. So same is the idea for tomorrow. Wait for interaction with the zone at 11,240, 11,250 and enter in the direction of the trend, which is going to be a long position. Stop loss going somewhere near the zone, under the zone if you are a very aggressive trader, or at the zone under that, about 11,150 if you are a conservative trader and would like to hold on to your positions. Now coming to the option chain for Nifty, we have resistances at 11,400, immediate resistance 11,400 with about 2.4 million added contracts. Your significant resistance at 11,500 with 4.2 million standing contracts. Both of them standing, okay, 2.4 million at 11,400 total open interest and significant 11,500 with 4.2 million open interest. For your immediate support, you have 11,300, which is, well, pretty much just at the price with about 1.3 million added contracts and significant support at 11,200 with 2.2 million added contracts. So the put writers are very confident about their positions. They are seeming very confident. So it is a very good opportunity to enter long positions at every pullback until either one or both of these zones are broken. Then we might see 11,000 again. But for the immediate future, I don't see a Nifty coming down unless it is, well, unless all of the puts are being unwinded heavily, which is not visible in the option chain. Now when you talk about the PCR for Nifty, PCR of volume, the PCR of volume comes out to be about 0.93. So that means the option buyers, they are still holding a bearish stance, whereas the writers, they are definitely not bearish on Nifty right now. Now coming to the second index. Alright, before coming to the second index, my view for tomorrow, well, I do have a bullish stance, but I'll enter long at pullbacks. And well, if there's not a pullback, then I'll wait until the previous swing is taken out and being sustained and then enter trades accordingly. Let's see how that pans out in the live market tomorrow. Moving on to the second index that we have, Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty, again, it has closed near a zone. Now what I was talking to you guys about earlier was, we had this zone plotted yesterday as well, 27,500, 27,600. Now that zone was beautifully respected today. The price reversed exactly from that zone after strong confirmation candles. So we had very good entries today. Now Bank Nifty was fairly easy to trade. Now for tomorrow, this zone is very important. 22,000 needs to be sustained. If it is being sustained on this pullback where the market has closed, then we might even see 22,500-ish levels by the expiry. If not, then we might go back to 21,500, 21,600 even. Coming to the option chain, we have immediate resistance at 22,200 with about 93,000 added contracts. Your significant resistance at 22,500 with total standing about 980,000 contracts. Your support at 22,000 with 530,000 total standing contracts. Significant support at 21,700 with about 200,000 added contracts. If you look at the strikes where all this accumulated writers have become, all these writers are standing, then well, a lot of them are in fact confluencing with our zones, which is actually a good thing. So for tomorrow, I would like to wait it out until, well, we have a good confirmation at the zone that we have at 22,000. If the price is sustaining that, or if it is breaking under that, depending on the first 30 to 45 minutes of 10 minutes, 15 minutes candlesticks, I would like to trade accordingly. But my stance for now is definitely on the bullish side or on the long side at pullbacks, similarly on Nifty. So let's see how it all pans out tomorrow. I hope you guys do keep track of our charts that I post before 9 AM, because these are the same charts that we are discussing, and well, they can act as a slight helping hand to you in live markets, which is quite helpful at times. A different perspective, well, it doesn't hurt. If it does not help, it definitely doesn't hurt. So these are all the charts that we had to discuss for today. As usual, if you want any of these charts, if you want the option chain analysis or simply the watchlist trades, I post all of those things at the Telegram channel at @ApexFinServe. So you can go there, check all of those things out. And well, this month is about to end, so we'll also be presenting the month end tally or the month end performance of the watch list in a couple of days. So stay tuned for that. As usual, I hope you guys have a good green trading session tomorrow. And I hope you had a good green trading session today as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. Bye.